Hey, what's going on, y'all? And welcome to my channel. It's Mr. Hunterline here. So check this out. You know what? There comes a point in every small business owner's journey where your experience is going to get tested. Now, in my industry, I'm not talking about a delivery. I'm not talking about traffic. I'm not talking about heavy labor, but I'm talking about people. That's right. Customers and clients. The people who actually pay you. There's going to be times where you are going to be tested. Today, I want to share a story that reminded me why knowing your numbers and your industry is very, very important. And everybody should know it, and everybody should be very detailed with their approach. Now, whether you're a truck driver, a contractor, a freelancer, investor, or entrepreneur, there are lessons that apply to all of us. One thing is for sure that I'm going to tell you guys about is that you have to know your value. You have to know that what you put into the company is exactly what you're going to get out of it. The customers that you work with are going to be the ones that could arguably be one of your biggest testers. So let me break down this story because I know you guys are going to catch on really, really fast. So in this video, right, I accepted a delivery of 2 pallets of bottled water that was going to 2 different construction sites. Hey, not a problem. That's right down my alley. I love that. So the work order listed each pallet at approximately 800 pounds. And that'll give you a total of 1,600 pounds for the 2 pallets combined. Now, once the loading began, I immediately realized something wasn't right. Now, you can see me in this video. I'm reading the labels pretty deeply, and I'm like, man, something is just not right. The shipment was actually closer to 2,100 pounds per pallet. I'm going to repeat that again. They listed it as 800 pounds, but the actual shipment was 2,100 pounds per pallet. Now, my company prices deliveries based largely on freight, weight, and distance. That's my thing. I will charge you on the weight of the freight and how distance you want me to go. Now, had I trusted the paperwork, I would have completed a much heavier job while being paid for far less weight. And I'm talking about roughly a $100 to $150 difference, which is big time. Now, once the discrepancy was identified, that's when the delivery was canceled. So you could see my body language, and I'm not sure from your view if you could see my facial expression, but I'm pretty disappointed. You know, I'm totally confused about what is going on. But then I started to think, you know what? I think these dudes are trying to screw me. Now, part of my reasoning is that this is like a professional water dispensing company. They should know exactly the weight of the item and exactly the weight of what's being transported. Hopefully that makes sense. But, you know, being the nice guy that I am, I'm trying to make everything work and I'm trying to keep the customer happy. But at the same time, the health and safety of my truck is very, very important to me. You see, my truck is how I feed my family. My truck is how I invest. And my truck is like a walking advertisement for how I want to grow my brand. So if there's anything or anyone that's trying to go against the health and safety of my truck, then guess what? We have a problem. You see, now these guys here are what you call support staff. So here's the high powered vehicle operator who's just simply putting the pallet in my truck, aka he's just doing his job. So the beef, and if you ever experience this situation, the beef is never with these guys. The beef is a little bit more with the people behind the scenes. So you can see in this video here, in this clip, I'm really trying to break down to the guy the actual weight of the pallet. Now, this is huge because this is a huge revenue loss that I would take if I decided to take this extra weighted pallet. So to my fellow business owners, especially those in transportation, remember the health and safety of your truck is very important. Now, after a little bit of a professional back and forth between the assistant and the manager of the water place, I decided to take one pallet because the construction crew that I was delivering it, I know they needed water because it was hot, folks. It was boiling hot. Hot to the point and humid to the point where even I felt uncomfortable to work. Now, when I got up to the site, I met the project manager, I believe, and his crew. They immediately came out and they was ready and they helped me unload 2,100 pounds of water. And I appreciated that. These guys were professional, they were hardworking, and they knew I was coming. And you know what? Throughout the whole experience, I felt proud. I felt really, really good about this one because I still helped the people who I believe needed it the most. No matter what industry you're in, here's my little lesson and piece of advice for you guys. Know your numbers. I repeat, know your numbers. Know your costs. Know your margins. Know your value. Don't be afraid to question information that doesn't add up. And you could clearly see it earlier in this video. Experience for sure is going to be one of your greatest assets, because I believe if I was a little younger and maybe a little bit naive, maybe I would have went ahead and took those pallets for low price. But since I'm more experienced, it's the total opposite. Remember, you are protecting your business, and that's a part of being a responsible entrepreneur. And to the customers or anyone who hires independent contractors to perform a duty, let me say this: we appreciate it, and we appreciate the business because it means a lot to us. But I want you guys to understand something, right? Behind every truck is a real business. This is not a game. There are real expenses, and essentially, this is a real family environment. It's your job to provide accurate information and be honest, because all of that does is build lasting business relationships. You actually want me to come back. You want me to show up on time, be ready to load, unload, and provide a duty for you. But you have to do your part as well. Okay? Understand that small businesses like mine, right? Or maybe a little bigger, but it doesn't matter. But small businesses in general, we deserve fairness. Please continue to be professional in your approach. And trust me, we can help you. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. And I hope you guys who are just finishing up this video really got a taste of what entrepreneurship is like and what we often go through on many different occasions, because it's not easy. It's not as easy as you guys think it is. Well, money comes and goes. You know, customers come and go. Your reputation follows you forever. I would rather lose a customer than to lose my integrity. I'll continue to stand for honest work, honest pricing, and honest communication while doing the right thing for people who depend on my services. I don't know about you guys, but my message is to protect your reputation. You got to know your numbers. I've said that multiple times in this video. You got to know your numbers and never let anyone convince you that your hard work is worth less than what it truly is. With that note, guys, I want to thank you guys all for tuning into my channel. Peace. Till next time, y'all.
Pasado, señor. No.